Welcome to the gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. MLB Network is live from Busch Stadium. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 St. Louis Cardinals.
Quickly now, a look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin the new year. With that, a look at the Cubbies starting lineup. Harold, what's their focus as they go for their first win?
Well, Matt, this is a pitcher's ballpark. You can hit your best ball and it's not going to get out of the ballpark. It's going to end up being a fly out. It allows the pitcher to challenge you more. So as a hitter, you have to get out of your mind worrying about the ball not carrying and understanding I'm probably going to get more fastballs than I normally do and be a little more aggressive.
Carlos Martinez gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you could throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Cardinals. And I'm looking at the switch hitting Dexter Fowler. I love watching this guy play defense. Tall, lanky. I didn't realize how big he was till I stood right next to him. He's 6'5". No wonder he can cover so much ground in the outfield.
In now is John Jay. He'll get us started. In this one, under the lights.
Center fielder, John Jay.
And spring training is officially behind us now as the first pitch of the season is looked at for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. Good night for scarves and mittens. It's 48 degrees here at first pitch. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Line toward right center. That's a hit, their first of the new season.
I like it. Hard line drive on the fastball, hit off the fastball, and good things happen.
Batting second, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. Grounded up the first baseline. And that's under his glove. Oh, he picked his head up, and it's into right field. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
First 2 batters of the game, back-to-back hits. Not a good start for the pitcher, but the offense, they're running to the batter's box right now.
Here's Chris Bryant now. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Diaz ranging into the outfield. 1 away.
Batting fourth,
Coming to the plate now, Anthony Rizzo. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Well, when you're facing good hitters, you got to mix it up. Most people say pitch off the fastball. Clearly right here, that first pitch changeup for a strike has now set up everything else. He's pitching off the changeup.
First and second now, one man out. And here's a foul tip into the catcher's glove. Moves it to 0-2 now.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Tried to throw the fastball by him, but it's high, 1-2.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
Ready on 1-2. Strike three called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this. So coming to the plate, Kyle Schwarber. His head-to-head numbers against Carlos Martinez, 0 for 5. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. And there are our umpires for this one. Working the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Matt, the interesting thing about Lawrence, now I think the way he sets up is almost telling you what he's going to call. He'll call one side of the plate more than he will the other. Look at his setup. Maybe that'll help you out.
Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Trying to. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Now a swing and a ball.
Batting sixth. Second baseman, Ben Zobrist.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
He put himself in a good position, jumping ahead 0-2 with the bases loaded. Now we'll see if he can finish it off.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul. From the stretch. And he strikes him out. So a missed opportunity at the plate as he strands 3 runners and the side is retired. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Harold?
Matt, this is a scary lineup. They've got power and they have speed. They score runs in all different ways. They hit the ball in the ballpark and they score on balls in the gap when you have a runner at first base. That's what speed, power combination can do. This is a very tough lineup.
Jake Arrieta is on the mound for the season opener on the road in this one. Harold, what do you got?
Well, last year he had a very nice season when you look at the win total. His team is counting on him to do that again. If he does not get within that range of where he was last season, I don't see this team going very far. Let's take a look at the Cubbies defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And at shortstop, Addison Russell. The thing I like about him is his work ethic. When he first got to the big leagues, he didn't throw as well as he does now. He stretched his arm out, and he's playing a really good short. But he also can play some second base. Learned to pivot in basically 2 weeks.
And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Aledmys Diaz.
First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And this will be fouled away. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Hit on the ground out to short. Gloved by Russell. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, one away.
Batting second, center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Not too often you see a changeup come across at 88 miles an hour on the gun. Still effective when you're throwing a fastball in the high 90s, though.
Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
Well, that was a curveball looking right there. I tell you what, that was a nice curve. Just really frozen. Good breaking ball.
Hit down the line at first. And he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
Batting third, first baseman, Matt Carpenter.
Into the box, Matt Carpenter. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Arrieta gets the sign. First pitch on the way. And he swings and pops it foul behind the plate. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. We are still scoreless. So striding in, Wilson Contreras. They'll match up with Carlos Martinez to lead off the inning. Into the windup and the pitch. And a whiff at a good slider that time. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Now here it comes. Lifted in the air out to right. Piscotty on his horse makes the play. 1 away.
Batting 8, the pitcher number 49.
Standing in, Jake Arrieta. He of course no slouch at the plate, as he in fact took home the Silver Slugger Award for National League pitchers a season ago. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
Batting 9,
Russell. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Piscotty's on the move. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Cubs are down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Now batting, Rendell Grichuk. He'll lead it off against Jake Arrieta.
left fielder, Rendell Grichuk.
And he'll step off and try again. Here's the first pitch to him. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row. But both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
Ready with another 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Batting fifth, right fielder.
Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. His history with Jake Arrieta, 2 for 11. He also has 1 home run. Here comes the first pitch. Late that time for a strike.
Well, I'm almost shaking my head up here, Matt. Another pitch right down the middle. Now, early in the game, he's getting away with it. But if he wants to have any length in this game at all, he's going to have to get the ball in the corners.
The 0-1 delivery. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Jed Jerko.
Now in the box, Jed Jerko will try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Arrieta into the windup. First pitch on its way. And that one stayed too low apparently. Bottom of the second here with no score. And a hard sinker there, chopped foul at home plate. A ball and 2 strikes, the count now with the bases empty and 2 away. One and 2, here it comes. Hit to third. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Will move to the third with no score. Ready for another chance? John Jay. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third.
John Jay.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. There to play it is Grichuk, and that's the first out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Digging in to try it again.
Hayward.
Jason Hayward. He reached on a single in his first try. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Fowler racing back. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Riding in once again, Chris Bryant. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard up the middle. And that finds its way through for a base hit. So Anthony Rizzo will have a chance to bat this inning following the base hit.
That's what you call going to the plate with a game plan. 0-0 count, looking for a fastball. He took it right back up the middle. Great execution.
Standing in, Anthony Rizzo. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start.
Look into Molina. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Now that is power. You want to challenge me? I'm giving him a big swing. That was the big swing right there. I loved it.
Ready on 1-2. And a fastball. Tough take there, but it's even back at 2-2. 2-2. Here it is. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone. A home run. A two-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. First home run of the campaign for him as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Well, we've run again. No doubt one of the most impressive long balls we've seen. That ball was screaming off the bat, and the projected distance comes in at over 480 feet. Wow, that's tough to top.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Kyle Schwarber. A base hit in his first trip.
Fielder Kyle Schwarber.
First offering on its way. Lifted into the air to shallow center. And Fowler will put this one away to retire the side. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. We played 2.5. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Here's Johnny Peralta now. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Well, that was an impressive swing. A fastball, he'll hit a foul ball home run with it, but he got out in front of it a little bit too much. Timing just a tad off.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here he comes again, 1-2. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Manny. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Now, that's not fair. You're supposed to be throwing sinkers, and he throws a high fastball right there. That's why everybody's shaking their head.
Liner toward right center, and that's the first hit in this one for the Redbirds. And boy, a terrific effort out there as we take a second look. Stretches out about as far as he can, but he just can't quite get there, though they were lucky to hold him to just a single. Now a throw over, but the runner's back easily. In now, Carlos Martinez, wanting to avoid the double play here as he gets this one down. One there, On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Up next for the Cardinals, the shortstop.
Stepping into the box, Aledmus Diaz. Second at bat now. He grounded out to start the home first. First pitch coming. Here it is. Right over the middle, knee high. Arrieta sets. 0-1 on its way. In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate. The 0-2 delivery. 2-strike pitch is chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. A runner on first with 2 away. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. One left for the Cardinals. They trail things here 2-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ben Zobrist. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
Ben Zobrist.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit out towards second. Jerko has it. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
Into the box now. Wilson Contreras comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Swing and a line drive. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. You won't see a guy fooled any more than he was there, as on 3 pitches he becomes out number 2. At the plate, Jake Arrieta. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Boy, not even close with that one, and he's behind 0-1.
You can't help but feel good about yourself when you make a hitter look like that. That swing was heinous.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Now we got an 0-2 count, Matt. And I tell you what, so impressive. He is executing his game plan, going right on the outside half and exploiting those weaknesses.
Throw on to Carpenter gets him, and that ends the inning. Dexter Fowler will be the one to lead it off when we come back. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Stepping in, Dexter Fowler. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
First delivery to him on the way. Heavy sinker just stayed inside. A good looking sinker on the inside corner. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
I like what I'm seeing right now. In, and then goes away. If you pound him in early, it opens up the outside half of the plate, and that's what he's doing right now.
Squared that one up just a little late. Another 1-2 delivery. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
And this is swung on and missed, and this fourth inning will start the same way he ended the third, with a strikeout, and there's one away.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
First pitch on its way. Swing and a line drive, but this is going to get foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Now the pitch. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. Bases are empty. One man out. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Again, a 1-2. He takes strike three called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Randall Grichuk.
Here's Randall Grichuk. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. On and missed.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Now another 0-2. Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. And plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0. Here's Addison Russell. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Addison Russell.
First offering on its way. Swing and a liner. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now. So there'll be a man aboard here to start out their half of the 5th.
Another first pitch hit. Man, they're going up there aggressive, looking for that first pitch fastball. He's struggling right now, and they are feasting.
In now is John Jay.
He swings and lines it to left.
But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. A hit in 2 tries so far. And there he goes towards second. Now a step will tag him out between first and second. And whatever that was, it backfired, and there are 2 away.
Clearly, he was just a little too anxious.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
Oh, come on. That ball's all the way to the wall. I thought for sure he would be at second base, and I think you got to gamble right there. He chose not to, but if he was more aggressive, I think he would have been safe.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. Into a slide, and he makes a great catch to retire the side. A fine sliding catch here will take us to break. More baseball on MLB. Digging in now, Stephen Piscotty. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Stephen Piscotty.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now.
They can't afford to continue to fall back any further. They got to get something going on the offensive side. Somebody's got to step up, give a big hit, maybe even a home run, drop a bunt, do something. But this offense has to get going.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Here's Jed Jerko now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Now here's the pitch. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
Contreras waits on it. 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Johnny.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the third baseman, Johnny Peralta. Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. Leaves a slider right over the middle. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hard hit ball to second. And that is through into right field for a single. And the 2-out hit keeps the inning alive for Yadier Molina.
Well, that right there is perfect for taking the ball inside and shooting it the other way. You hear that terminology, hands inside the ball. The only way you're going to do that is to pull your hands in hard and stay inside the baseball. Nice piece of hitting.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good sinker that time as he gets a piece and chops it foul at home plate. And that misses 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. This is foul right side.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is 1 pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
And another foul ball. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Popped up. Bryant is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Cards leave 1. They're down 2-0. Get the bullpen working here. Both a lefty and a right-hander have stood up. High fly ball out to straightaway center. On the move is Fowler. He's got it 1 away.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Kyle Schwarber. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First offering on its way. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch-to-contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And he'll step on first himself for the out.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Digging in once again, Ben Zobrist. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that'll be a base hit for Zobrist.
Well, you wonder why left-handed hitters have such pretty swings. When you hit the first pitch like that and you hit it for right field for a hit, man, it's a pretty thing.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. And here's a ball hit in the air. Jerko is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Cubs strand one as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Matt Adams is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Matt Adams.
Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
Here it comes, 0-2. And he struck him out.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
And that'll bring up Aledmys Diaz, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. No hits to this point. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that's a called strike at the letters, though that looked high from here. It's 0-2 now.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a swing and a ball foul tipped straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out.
Wow, talk about mowing him down. How about 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches? He isn't messing around, and these last 2 batters have had no answer for what he's throwing up there.
Here's Dexter Fowler now, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd foul. Arrieta into the windup. Here he comes, 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Boy, Matt, he's making this good team look silly. He's about 1 pitch away. I mean, 1 good strike from getting all the way through the 6th inning, shutting these guys down. Really nice job.
And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. So add 1 more name to the record book here as he strikes out this side on 9 pitches. On to the back third tonight. Stick around on MLB Network. Welcome back to Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front, and before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Trevor Rosenthal is out
Now
from the
pitching for the
bullpen as he'll
Cardinals,
get his first work of
number
the season
44,
here on opening night.
Trevor Rosenthal.
Ready for another chance? Jake Arrieta. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
Arrieta.
And a good first pitch as he gets him to bounce one on the ground out towards second. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, shortstop, Addison.
Digging in and looking for more, Addison Russell head-to-head with Trevor Rosenthal. He's 2 for 4. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming on is Fowler. He can't get there as it falls in.
They've left a lot of men on base. They've had plenty of opportunities. And here's another one. After a base hit, they find themselves with another runner on. Let's see if they can bring somebody home this inning.
Standing in now, John Jay, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a knee-high fastball. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. Has a look. Now the pitch. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? On to Carpenter. It's a double play, and that ends the inning. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Here's Matt Carpenter. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
On its way is pitch number 75, and a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Ready to deliver the 1-2. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Into the box, Rendell Grichuk. as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. 0-1 count, and the pitch to third. Bryant's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder Stephen Piscotty.
Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Into the windup, and the pitch. Laid off as it caught the inside corner.
That's the game changer right there. That's the difference between great and good. This is why he's great. He's able to put a ball in the corner where most guys can't.
Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. He'll try again. 1-2. Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt. Up with it, Contreras. And the throw to first ends the inning. Stick around because Jason Hayward will lead things off when we come back. It's the Cubs 2 and the Cardinals nothing. Kevin Segrist is out from the bullpen as he'll get his first work of the season here on opening night. And there is Jason Hayward. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Piscotty ranging back. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another. A solo shot that time off the bat of Jason Hayward. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
It's a 3-run lead now, and that doesn't exactly slam the door shut on this thing, but it certainly closes it a little bit. The importance of each run is magnified the later you get in the game, and that bomb here in the 8th is big.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman Chris Bryant.
Into the box now, Chris Bryant. And he is tied up on the fastball there to start things out. It's strike 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You could see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
And there to take it in is Peralta for the first out.
Now batting,
Anthony Rizzo will stride in, but first we take you back to the 3rd as you take another look here at his 2-run homer that had him rolling early on. First pitch on its way. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. On to first, and there were 2 down.
now batting, left fielder Kyle Schwarber.
Striding in once again, Kyle Schwarber. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here's the first pitch to him. Oof, looks like he's chasing butterflies with that swing. It's 0-1.
Wow, not sure what that was, but talking about having your mind made up you're going to swing before the pitcher even throws a pitch. I don't know how you swing at that pitch.
A swing, and it's popped in the air back behind first. And Carpenter will make the catch to retire the side. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's 3-0 Chicago. Carl Edwards Jr. is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth.
Carl Edwards Jr.
Here's Jed Jerko now. He'll see what he can do leading off the home eighth.
Second baseman, Jed Jerko.
There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Gone to lead off the inning.
Wow, that's a tough one. Certainly not the way you want to start your day as a relief pitcher, giving up a home run.
The batter, third baseman.
Here's Johnny Peralta now. And a ball 1-0. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. Takes this the other way to right, but this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. Digging in to try it again, Yadier Molina. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. And that one swung on and missed 0-1. Here's the pitch. A little roller toward the hole to his right, Rizzo, and he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out. Greg Garcia will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 35, Greg Garcia.
And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. That's by him for strike 1.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
Contreras will put this one away, and the side is retired. 1 for the Cardinals in the inning on the solo home run. On to the 9th inning now from Busch Stadium. It's now a 3-1 ball game. The Gateway Arch lit up at night here in St. Louis. Welcome back to our broadcast on MLB Network. Jonathan Broxton enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Here's Ben Zobrist now. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th.
Ben Zobrist.
He pulls this one into right. Piscotty is there. One quick out to start inning number 9.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Cardinals are going to get something going in the bullpen now as a left-hander has begun to get loose.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as he lines it out to center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
Stepping in now, Carl Edwards Jr.
He swings and sends a bullet to right field.
But a little unlucky there as it's hit right to him in right field. And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz. He'll start the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, but they haven't looked too dangerous in this one yet, right, guys?
Well, none of them have any hits yet, so you're right on the money. They've done a great job of holding these guys down so far.
Another opportunity for him here, so we'll see if anything changes. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. Bryant is there, and that won't help the cause. It's a quick out here to start the home 9th.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Into the windup and the pitch. 4-1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. There to play it is Zobrist. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out.
Well, there's a 1-out infield single. You know what? You can start a lot of rallies with 1 out. He was hustling down the line. If you're pitching, you think, golly, that was so unlucky.
Ready for another shot now. Matt Carpenter. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. From the stretch. A changeup that catches the corner for strike 1.
Well, you got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy, it is always good to get ahead in the count.
Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. Might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Here's Randall Grichuk. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And there's a swing and a miss on a good pitch. And now the Redbirds are down to their final strike. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
Hey, listen, you don't always want your closer to have to go 2 innings on a regular basis, but in this game, it was necessary for this one, and he had just enough to get the job done.
Tonight's ball game comes to a close. 3-1 the final. Jake Arrieta gets the win on the mound, his first of the year, as he finishes 7 innings with only 2 hits allowed. Carlos Martinez is tagged with the loss despite giving up only 2 unearned runs. Carl Edwards Jr. works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, thanking you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Have a great night.
For St. Louis, 1 run.